Okay, this is the video on mid-cap versus high-cap magazines. These are both M4 metal magazines, but the difference is that this one is a mid-capacity and this one is a high-capacity. And my personal choice is the mid-capacity magazine, and I'll be showing the differences in these two types. Now to start off, this magazine works by having a chamber inside of here. It's kind of like a tube, and it coils around in here. And there's a spring that will push the BBs once they're fed into here, and it'll feed into your gun. And this makes it so that the ammo capacity is limited to only a couple hundred rounds, unlike the high capacity magazines. Now, the positives to that are that you don't have to wind your magazine. Look at the bottom. There's no winding or anything here. In a gas magazine, you'll have to spray gas. In a high cap magazine, you'll have to wind it up. But in a regular mid cap magazine for an AEG, there's no special thing. You just load up your BBs and you're good to go. Now, the way you load a mid capacity magazine is with a speed loader, or you could use one of those pen tubes and a cleaning rod, or barrel cleaning rod, or a jamming rod to do this. But this is just a lot simpler and much more efficient. You put your speed loader onto the top of the magazine and press it until you're full, and you will generally have one or two BBs that fall off. Now, what else? The other good things about this type of magazine is that it creates a lot of realism. Now, with a high capacity magazine, you're going to get a lot of people that just spray everywhere, and they're not going to be aiming at all. They're just going to probably be hip firing and not really keep that milsim aspect of the game. Now, with the mid capacity magazine, people actually have to be conscious with their ammo, like as if it was real. People actually have to reload, and it creates a lot more tension, and it just makes the game a lot more fun, which is one of the big reasons why I like mid-capacity magazines. Also, they don't make any noise really. They're silent, so especially if you're playing a scout role or a sniper rifle role, I just hate having that sound of a high-capacity magazine shaking. But now we're going to go into the high-capacity magazine. How this one works is you have a little latch right here. It opens up, and you pour BBs into there. Now that's already one of the big things that turns people off of high-capacity magazines. How you have to load it, because although I just did it really quickly, and most people will take more time and not spill this many BBs, it's still a hassle, and you will lose BBs using high-capacity magazines. Now, once you have your BBs inside of your magazine, the way it works is with this little gear at the bottom. You have to keep twisting this, turning it, until you see BBs get all the way to the top, right there, and you can see that green. That's the BB. And so you have to keep winding this during your game so that your gun will actually feed BBs. And that's a thing that I don't really like about these magazines. That while you're playing, you might have forgotten to wind your gun. You take a shot at somebody, and you think you got them, but then they turn around and shoot you because, oh, you just forgot to wind your magazine. And another bad thing about high-capacity magazines, they make you hold your gun in an awkward way. This is my M4, and I'll just demonstrate to you on how you have to generally hold your gun in a CQB environment. Now, this is how someone would normally, or like this, but this is how someone would normally hold their gun. I would have to hold it like this, winding, because I would never want my gun to shoot without actually fitting a BB. And you don't really get the right accuracy or the right feeling of the game by doing that. kind of ruins your feeling of the game. Now, another problem with high capacity magazines is that they cost a lot more. These ones will cost anywhere from $20 to $50, while a mid-capacity magazine will cost anywhere from $7 to $30. Now, there are exceptions like Magpul PMags, which can be at ridiculous prices sometimes. But generally, you can get mid-caps for just a lot cheaper than a high-capacity magazine. But you will have to buy more mid-caps. But some people, they play CQB, or so they just need a couple magazines, and so they just stick with their one high-capacity magazine. I say get some mid-caps. It just makes the game a lot more fun. And also, there's a lot of fields out there that are milsim, and they don't allow high-capacity magazines. So if you're going to go to a field and you've never been there before, chances are pretty high actually that if they're a milsim group, they're not going to let you use your high-capacity magazines, and they're actually going to make you borrow somebody else's gun, or else you won't play. So that's just another thing to think about. Okay, so I hope I gave you guys some useful information for when you pick your magazines. I just want you guys to know that my personal preference is mid-capacity, but a lot of people do choose mid-capacity. So I hope I gave you guys some good information. And oh yeah, so you guys, I made a new website. It's a blog about products, new ones in the airsoft community. One of the new ones is the Cytosoft airsoft grenade. It's really cool, so check out my website. I'll put it in the description. It's easyairsoft.com. So check it out and subscribe. Thanks.